Hello everybody, how are we doing? Hello, how are we doing? I am very tired. Straight off the bat, I am very tired. It turned into quite a busy day. Wednesday, I finally got to see my sister and my nieces again, and we went to the play park, and it was very energetic, shall we say. And hello everybody, hello Watered, hello Boom Boom, how y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. I'm also kind of annoyed because I have indigestion. I'm actually very annoyed with the fact that my indigestion is making me feel quite unwell. But it's not like... It's also my anxiety. In fairness, it's not just indigestion, it's anxiety as well. Because I took Toby in for his vaccinations yesterday, which I don't like doing anyway. I don't like taking him to the vets because he doesn't like it, and he fought so hard this time. When I put him in the cat carrier and closed the door, he fought so hard and he cried so much. I hate taking him to the vets because he hates going. And then when we got there, it was fine. They saw us in like 10 minutes and they gave him his injection, and he is now a healthy weight, which is really good considering, because his gums were so bad he wasn't able to eat and was actually a lot smaller than he should have been for the longest time. But now he's a healthy weight for his age, and he doesn't need any more teeth taken, so that's really, really good. The anxiety sets in because I was like, is there any side effects to the vaccinations? Just something to be aware of, and honestly, not really. Just standard. If he pukes or he has diarrhea, let us know. But I don't know if you guys know that much about anxiety, but it can run with the smallest detail. It can run miles. Miles and miles and miles. And I spent all of the first half of yesterday anxious waiting for the vet appointment because I had to bundle Tobes into a cat carrier and get a taxi across town, which I also hate doing. And then I spent the second half of the day sitting around in anxious, like, just waiting to see if my cat puked. Because I was like, I'm not actually entirely sure what I'm supposed to do if he does puke. Probably call the vets. And if I have to call the vets, because they're going to be just like, oh, you'll have to bring him in again, which means bundling him into the cat carrier again and paying another £8 for a taxi again. So I was anxious about that. So I was just like, I just don't want that. I do not want that. And so I ended up like passing out just from sheer exhaustion at like 8 p.m. And he's fine. Like, he was fine yesterday. He was begging for tummy tickles and cuddles, and he was playing. He was fine. I was a wreck. As I often am. And now I've got a combination of indigestion and leftover anxiety and fresh anxiety because I accidentally microwaved my soup in a cup that you're not supposed to put in the microwave. So now my body's just like, oh, you've ingested plastic particulates and you're going to die. And I'm just like, shut up. I had indigestion before I ate. I only ate because I felt like because you shouldn't skip meals. That's why. And I was like, I'll make something simple. I'll make a cup of soup. And I put it in the microwave for a bit in the wrong mug. And then my anxiety is like, you're gonna die now. That's what's gonna happen. I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, anxiety. You're a piece of shit. And my anxiety is a piece of shit. Yeah, he's at a healthy weight. That's the good thing. The good news is that actually everything is fine. The bad news is that my anxiety hates me. It really, really hates me. And I do just have indigestion. Like, I'm not in any pain. Except for the odd muscle twinges and my knees still acting up. That's got fuck all to do with soup. Anxiety is always a bitch. It really is. It's like one of the worst things that's just managed to crop up in society. If nothing else, it's far too late for any of us to worry about ingesting microplastics. Ugh. Yeah, I'd like to not think about that. And I was watching some guy, like, he was just like a YouTuber who was just like playtesting demos, and I don't know how we even got on the subject, but he was like, I don't like seeing dust particulates in the air now because most of it's probably plastic that we're inhaling, and I'm just like, I didn't need to know that. I just wanted to know if this game was worth playing. Oh, I don't want to think about that. The thing is, that actually makes me feel better because it's more plastic on top of other plastic, and you haven't been ill from it before, so you're probably fine. I keep finding hairs in between my toes and other places, but let's not talk about that. Oh, I'm so fucking tired. Like, my sister invited me out for a drink tonight, but I'm just like, at the time I was like, yeah, after I finish up streaming, because we're probably only going to go in a couple of hours. Yeah, I'll be up for that. And then I got home and I'm just like, I need to lie down. And that was at like 3:30, and I didn't really get up at all until my alarm went off saying, hey, you gotta get ready for stream. And I'm like, okay. I'm sure most dust is still just good old fashioned human flesh. Oh, and cat hair. And other things that you really shouldn't be thinking about. It's like, I started, because somebody else mentioned it in a random YouTube video about games again, that I started putting my toilet lid down every time I flushed it, because someone said, oh yeah, if you flush your toilet enough times, especially if you poop and you're just kicking up poop particulates in the air, and they'll land on your toothbrush. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to close my toilet lid from now on, which I had to start doing anyway because my cat is an idiot and jumped in the toilet not once, but twice. To be honest, that could actually be a circular thing, so he probably thought the lid was down, which was why he tried to jump on it and landed in the toilet instead. Which I can tell you was not funny at the time, but kind of is looking back on it. You big old dingus, you. You're a big old dingus. Did it work? There he is. Can never forget the cat hair. It's not as bad now that he's properly shed his winter coat. It was awful before. It was everywhere. See, I'm just going to be burping and probably hiccuping a little bit during the stream. And the thing is, I'm a bit nervous. I was a bit nervous about this stream anyway, because a couple of weeks ago now, actually to the day, I'm pretty sure, we did really, really well by accident in a run of Dead Cells. So I self-proclaimed myself as a professional roguelike streamer on Twitter. And immediately, Crunchy Leaf Games, a game dev company, was like, oh, if that's the case, do you want to play test our demo? And I was like, okay. So now I've actually got to prove that I am indeed a professional roguelike streamer. And I'm a little bit nervous about that because, let's face it, I don't know. I don't know what we're facing, but it might be the truth. Might be the truth. Oh, Toby, where'd you go? What did I get this thing for? I don't even want to mention how much this bloody thing costs, and he doesn't go near it. Toby. Toby, do you not want to be on camera so everybody can see how cute you are, and I can monetize your beauty? Well, they're not. Oh, I suppose that is kind of true. I play roguelikes because they're the one genre of game I'm actually kind of vaguely good at, cat. And people sub to me, so I guess that's kind of roundabout. Yeah, I'm a professional roguelike streamer. If nothing else, you have a new game to play. I am looking forward to it. It does look very, very fun. And it was actually, I think, a YouTube video of the game by the same one talking about inhaling microplastics. That's where I saw this game first. But I've definitely seen somebody else play it. And it does look like a lot of fun, but we're going to take our time this evening. I'm not going to rush into anything. And I've got, if I manage to recoup some energy and I do feel like going to my sister's, we'll be stopping at about 8 p.m. So we do have time, but I do want to take things slow because I rush into everything. I make impulsive decisions, as you may have noticed. Does look like it's up your alley. It does. It does. It looked really fun. It's physics based, and I do have some basic layman's understanding of physics, if nothing else. It does look like fun. And I'm on Twitter again. Why do I do this? Oh, it's World Oceans Day. I knew that. I did know that. I'm stupid. It's fine. But yeah, I am mostly just a bit gassy. You do in fact have some physics of your own. Don't we all? Boom boom. Don't we all? I feel like I had like a laundry list of things to talk about. Oh, hold on, I do. Well, not exactly, but give me a second. I was with my sister today, and what she calls the toy shop is in fact a charity shop which happens to just have a crap ton of good toys at like decent prices. So we were in there and I found this guy. He's covered in sequins and I love him, and he's gonna go on my shelf over there. But I thought we could come up with a name for him. It's funny, I actually hate sequins. I find them extremely annoying. But I'm also kind of a magpie. So I was like, I need it. And I've got 2 cushions covered with sequins. I think he might have a name. I think, yeah, his name's Jewel. It's one of them Beanie Baby things. But I feel like we could come up with a different name. And he's very, very cute. Bingo. Maybe. Oop. All hail the ding. Oh, it's just an email. After the Foxy Bingo adverts. Huh. Maybe. Get at me if I'm wrong, but isn't that like gambling? That sounds like I'm wrong. All hail the ding. Indeed. All hail the ding. You have received a message. What? That doesn't make it. I ordered a thing, as I do. Impulsive decision maker. It says here, thank you for shopping with us. Amazon seller has encountered an unexpected problem with completing your order. They literally came yesterday. I was wearing them today. It's a pair of tights. This isn't a problem. This isn't a problem. The message literally says, "Dear friend, I'm from the customer service team. Thank you for purchasing from us. Did you like the product? Regards." Guys, that's not a problem. That's not a problem. What the heck? I'm not gonna. Well, to be honest, if they want a real review of the tights, I pulled them on, tried to get them all snug, and then one of the seams immediately split, so. Great. Also, this guy, names Bingo. He's cute and very, very shiny. I'm trying to put him somewhere where you guys can see him. He's just, look at those dead eyes, those dead staring eyes. Oh, that's kind of frightening. I love it though. She can just sit right there, boring into your souls, boring into them. All right, that's why my music is loud. I turned it up. Amazing. Yeah, that was a bit weird. That was a tiny bit weird. That's the problem with being tired. Bingo suits. I do like bingo. Look at just the crazy eyes. The eyes are fucking huge. I remember I used to collect Beanie Babies with my sister, and the eyes were like dinky. Now they're freaking huge. she just looks crazy. That's her face. She just looks crazy. I'll find a better place for it when I have my new desk. But she wasn't actually sitting half off the table. So I've nudged her a little bit, and now you just get one crazy eye. That's actually quite disturbing. To stop hungry children from eating the eyes, I imagine. Wow, that's pretty dark. That's pretty dark. I bet just to stop children. I mean, children stick things in their mouths all the time. I know. I have nieces, and my older niece isn't actually allowed to have Polly Pocket because the younger sister is only just over a year old, and she would absolutely eat that shit. No way, not allowed. And it's also my older niece's 3rd birthday on Monday. She's growing up. It's weird. I remember when my sister and the dad brought her over for me to meet in the middle of lockdown, so we were like 6 feet apart. But she was she was honestly quite a big baby, and now she's a big girl. Whereas the younger one is tiny. She's a little one, and it was very cute going to the playground with her. Even Polly Pocket isn't as pocket-sized as she was when we were kids. Yeah, everything's gotten bigger. It's like when they remade the Mini. The Mini is no longer Mini. I hate the new Minis. They're just gross. Give me a classic tiny one. If ever I do learn to drive, it'll be in Mexico, and I will only drive an original Mini, which is a pretty tall order because they're pretty pricey, and I am not rich. Oh, good lord. Ruby's vaccinations cost 100 quid. Which I kind of figured going in, and I'd rather get them than not, because he spent a good 3 to 6 months, the first 3 to 6 months of his life on the street, and he could have picked up anything, and I'd rather have as much, like, immunity against anything that could hit him, like, later in life. Because I just want him to live his best life, and he's doing pretty well. Whereas I'm the one who's like, oh, I'm inhaling plastic and I'm gonna die because my anxiety is gonna kill me more than anything else. My anxiety really does hate me. My anxiety is a piece of shit. Oh, I'm very sleepy, but that's normal. Oh, maybe it isn't normal. So we've had the Polly Pocket we found in the charity shop was actually a proper Polly Pocket because it was a charity shop, which means it was probably about 30 years old. But yeah, everything's big now, and everything's made of shitty plastic. Like, what happened to, like, rag dolls and wooden toys, like wooden doll houses? They're all made of shitty plastic now. It's disgusting. I hate it all. Plastic is nasty. I try and get as much plastic in my home as possible. I'm not actually sure what sequins are made of, but it might even be plastic. Jeez, just this one mental eye. It's freaky. It's freaky. I also got a small penguin, which has Recuerdo Rio Grande de Argentina written on it, which means remember the Rio Grande in Argentina. Yeah, he's over on the shelf. That white smudge next to the other white smudge, that one. Also got a nice little hairband with a bow on it, which also has sequins on it. I just have a thing for sequins. I don't even know that I'm doing it consciously. Magpie, it's the magpie effect. I just like shiny shit. And they're shiny. Jeez, even the shirt I was wearing on stream yesterday had sequins on it. Not yesterday. That other day. The other day that we did stuff. Thursday? No, today's Thursday. It's becoming a real problem. I do not know what day of the week it is. Even though I just said, whatever. Right, I'm glad I have water, because I am running out of saliva or something. I mean, the fact that I'm drinking out of a plastic bottle. Tuesday, right. I never actually landed on that. Thank you. I need to actually invest in a decent water bottle that isn't made of plastic. Although I think this one's recycled plastic, that's not really better. Not for your health, anyway. I've actually been having a real dehydration issue. I keep waking up with a really dry mouth and a really dry throat. I think this is because the weather's actually nice for once. And by that I mean hot, which around here it generally isn't. Like, ever. Still gassy. But yeah. Secondhand plastic. It's not really better, is it? It might be for the environment, which is a good thing. Better than just dumping it in a landfill. But I actually don't know how the planet's gonna come back from plastic. Unless we just, like, reduce it back down to its oil state. And then, I don't know, stick it back in the earth where we got it from. We kind of fucked ourselves with that one. But with any luck, we can fix other stuff. Like emissions. Also, stop dumping your litter in the ocean. In fact, stop dumping your litter. Stop dumping your litter. I'm actually just gonna check something real quick. Like, I have a real bug on my ass about people who litter. It's just so gross and unnecessary and just fucking lazy. Hey, it works. Nobody has ever used that chat command before, but it's been there for like 2 years. Wasn't me, I haven't seen the ocean in years. The thing is, dump it in a river, it leads to the ocean. Or dump it near a river or a flood bank. Goes to the ocean. I've chucked out so many plastic things. I actually need to get new chopping boards because the ones I've got are plastic and I'm not happy about it. I need like wooden ones. Wooden ones would be nice. But yeah, one of the problems we have where we live is we get like cruise ships in every summer from like all over. And our beaches get fucking ruined by these assholes who just can't be asked either organising their litter and taking it with them to find this nearest bin, or they just dump it by, like, either they leave it where they drop it, or they like leave it at the entrance, so we just like get a big pile of litter. I think the other problem we have around here is that it gets bloody windy, like really, really windy, and so bins get blown over. I remember I went on a litter picking walk with my dad once, and half the stuff I was finding, it was like, this isn't stuff that people have just dropped. This is stuff that's blown out of bins. Like, that's the biggest problem that we have, really. Oh, jeez, my freaking throat. Someone's been actively dumping phone screens in the river in my hotel. I don't know if you guys know, but the state of the United Kingdom's rivers is, I think, the worst it's ever been. Like, we used to have like public swimming areas, but they are now actually, you're not allowed to swim in any rivers anymore because of sewage. Raw sewage has been leaking into our rivers, onto our beaches. It's an absolute fucking mess. And the water board, the companies, they don't give a shit. They're not doing anything about it. It's just so fucking stupid. Like, ugh, jeez, I don't even know. Like, this is one of those things that I'm passionate about, but I also don't have the energy to have, like, more than a passing knowledge in it. Like, I'll retweet the stuff that I understand, and, like, sign the petitions I understand. But if I actually ever try and discuss it, I can only, like, give the bare minimum of what I actually know. Because I just get fucking tired, and it's difficult to pay attention after a certain point. They just think of the fines as a running cost. Well, that is the problem, isn't it? Is that if people are rich enough, and some of them are, they will just treat it as a running cost, the fines. I think there was like a thing. What was it, like it was still during lockdown, and it became sort of like a finable offence if you left the country during lockdown to go abroad. And everyone was pointing out, yeah, but if rich people go to their second homes in like France or whatever, the fine is like walking around money for them. It makes no difference. They will just treat it as a running cost. Ugh, damn these rich people. I don't think there is a single billionaire in the world that anybody really likes. And so there shouldn't be. They're all twats. You know what really annoyed me? I think the thing that annoyed me the most about Elon Musk buying Twitter is that the first thing he decided to do with it was make people pay for it. And I'm just like, bitch, don't you have enough money already? We didn't have to pay for it before. What possible benefit could there be to paying for it now except to line your pockets with more money, you egregious bastard? Damn these rich people. Like, fuck them all. All of them. Jeez. Damn these rich people. I mean, most of us are just struggling to get by. I mean, this is all I can do as a job. Like, I'm not able to work properly because my chronic fatigue just fucks it up, as does my anxiety, actually. It is if I finally hone skills. No, they do not. Hello. How's my cute boy? Using me as a bridge again. He's good at that. You wanna play with your foosh? Oh my gosh, why are you the cutest boy in the world? Oh, that's the wrong thing. Look at that boy. Bye. That was my boy. He's very cute. Yeah, he's fine. I still have to like actively convince myself and tell myself. I've noticed that my intrusive thoughts don't really make any sense, which anxiety that actually makes sense, ironically enough. But I've noticed every time I try and convince myself, like with breathing exercises or whatever, or like positive thoughts, it never bloody works. What I actually have to do is say the actual facts out loud. That seems to be the only way for me to be like, okay, anxiety stinks, ignore it. Like earlier, I was like, I am not poisoned with melted plastic. I have indigestion. I had indigestion before I even had the soup. That's all it is. And that did seem to alleviate it a little bit. So that's good. But yeah, fuck rich people. We don't need them. And the thing is, wasn't there that thing about Elon Musk saying that he could solve world hunger and then he just didn't fucking do it? And everybody defending him was like, oh, it's actually because the company that said that they were going to help him do it had dubious motives or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, the guy's got enough. He's got enough kudos or whatever that he could just fucking do it himself. He doesn't need to go through a third party. He could probably create the third party to do it. Oh, what the fuck do I know? I live almost exclusively on benefits. And I have a cat. And that's the most important thing. He has dubious motive of his own. Yeah. That is like the main thing. That's why he didn't do it. He was just flexing, saying that he could do it, but he fucking won't. It's like Jeff Bezos going to the fucking moon. Why doesn't he just stay there and rid the world of his assholiness? In fact, both of them can go live on the fucking moon. In fact, no. The moon deserves better than that. To be honest, I'm struggling to think of a place... I don't know, maybe a gulag. Cute boy. You're right, Tobes. I think he's got a bit of a lazy eye. Sometimes when he blinks, one eye closes before the other. It's like he's winking at me. There's another one, I apologise. Toby, why are you so cute? Why are you sitting like that? He seems to sit with like one arm just sort of like out there. Bezos did have that weird Ebenezer Scrooge moment where he gave the majority of his money to Dolly Parton to spend for him. When did that happen? I didn't hear about that. To be honest, it could have happened while I was off Twitter and basically disconnected from the world. Toby, I can't reach you. You're very cute though. I love my voice so much. And I actually don't know that much about Dolly Parton. Was she a good person for him to give his money to? Also, I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Like, a lot of people have been mad about a lot of stuff that's been happening with Twitch lately. Like, what? For sponsors, you're not allowed to use more than 3% of the screen to advertise third-party whatevers. Not that I get sponsorships anyway, because the 2 times I did, it was kind of a disaster. And I didn't get paid, so fuck it. But, I mean, Twitch isn't that great anyway. Yeah, she does, like, free books for poor kids and stuff. That's nice. That's pretty good, actually. When did that happen? To be honest, it is, in all fairness, I haven't seen anybody complain about Jeff Bezos in a while. It's mostly just been Elon Musk. Which is kind of an occupational hazard when you're using the platform that he bought. Again, just for, like, to flex or whatever. He's good at that. I was saying something, but I forget what it is. That is a problem. I just keep talking and then forget what I said 3 seconds after I said it. Your Imagination Library Foundation is global. Though we have it operating in our... That's nice. I've never heard of it. But I don't get out much. And even if I did, I can guarantee that we definitely do not have it around here. We don't have anything around here. We really don't. I think the only actual like chain stores we have that you guys would know the names of is Co-op and Tesco. And that's only if you're UK based. Yeah, that basically like the Sure Start program we used to have here. I don't know what that is either. I'm so disconnected from the world. What was I saying? I was saying something, but I honestly forget what it is. I think I'm going to the moon. No, that was before. I like how Toby hates the cat carrier, but he's in it right now. Why are you the cutest little man? Ah. I wish I could just show you how cute this guy is all the time. Maybe I should get a GoPro and put a little harness on him with it like sticking up in front of him like a carrot on a stick, but it's a GoPro. So you can just see his cute little face as he runs around doing cute things, trying to blat the GoPro off his head. I should have brought a GoPro. How much are GoPros? GoPro. Hello, Toby. Oh, they're expensive. Alright. They cost a lot more than the webcam that I bought. Boop that nose. Cute man. Oh. Excuse me, I'm very sleepy. Toby, do you want to come up? He slept a lot yesterday. That was the other thing that they said that he would have a side effect is it's just a little bit more lethargic than usual. I went to bed. Can't even actually remember when now. I think I said so earlier, but I'm not sure that was accurate. But I went to bed and he usually like sometimes joins me, but then often gets up and goes and does his other thing. Now I'm pretty sure he slept next to me basically all night. If he did get up, I don't know, it's possible he did because I was sleeping, but he was very sleepy. Why are you the cutest boy? He is just the cutest boy. I wonder if I can actually fuck him out with this camera. No, he's gone. I literally moved my knees and T-bolted. He's still a little bit easy to startle, and he still don't like the postman, but that's because the postman keeps on trying to fit packages that don't fit through my letterbox. It's through my letterbox. I think you just caught a bit of my knee. Too hot for Twitch. Was I complaining about Twitch? I was. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, but Twitch just kind of sucks overall. Please don't hate me. Also, if you do take away my affiliate program for talking shit about you. I think I'm just going to start up on YouTube streaming. It's a 50-50 split. And I already have a presence over there anyway, because basically everything I do here does eventually wind up on YouTube. Definitely not within the 24 hours as Twitch stipulates. And I'm saying that both because it's true and because it's legal. Hello, cute boy. Do you want to come over? Do you want me to boop that nose? What you doing, eh? What you doing? Excuse me. Toby, nope, he's gone. Toby. Cat butt. He's a very sweet man. Toby. I do like the way he stands like that sometimes. He even sits like that sometimes with his like front half on the windowsill and his back half on the shelf behind the curtains. It's very cute. I think I might need to swap out my camera again. You know, I think I'll wait until this one completely conks out instead of like switching between them. So I do have 2 webcams in reserve, which I originally bought to point at Toby, but they went wireless, so it was a bit inconvenient. Particularly the one that I bought that I thought was wireless. That was annoying. It's giving me... You wouldn't think it, but my music is on shuffle, and it's just been playing Night in the Woods music for like the last 15 minutes. Which is fine. It's some good-ass music. But it's not really what shuffle is. But yeah, we tried out on Kick for a little bit, but the requirement of 75 average viewers for affiliate was not realistic. I'm not actually sure what it is for YouTube. Also, how do I stream from YouTube? This is not something I ever... Well, I did try streaming from YouTube before I even started streaming on Twitch back in like 2018, I want to say. It was a while back. Okay, yeah, you have to become a partner. Oh, you need 1,000 subscribers. I've only got 101. I need... Oh, and one of the following. Either 4,000 public watch hours, which I do not have. Oh, and 10 million public shorts views. I don't really do shorts, so... I suppose I wouldn't even know how. I am not tech savvy. I do the bare minimum and hope for the best, honestly. I have been... Well, I say doing the bare minimum. I've definitely come further than I have done in the past in terms of actually like making content and being a relatively decent streamer. There is no live tab here. How? Oh, live. Click on that. Nope, that's not what that is. YouTube. Nope, that's okay. So I don't even know where to start streaming on YouTube. Wait a minute. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's under the same menu as uploading a video. What would happen if I clicked go live? Okay. So, okay. Let's get set up to live stream now. Schedule a stream for a later time. So, come winter, we might do on YouTube what we were trying to do on Kick, whereas we do the Wednesday and Sunday evening streams on YouTube and the rest, as usual, on Twitch. Just to see if maybe that's something we could do. Because I've heard it's like a lot friendlier. Just in general. Like, it's not great, but then no platform is great. There is no such thing as the perfect streaming platform. But I do vaguely recall that the split is friendlier. And I have some kind of a base there already, and if you guys would like to come watch me on YouTube, you're more than welcome. But that is a plan for a future time. Yeah, no such thing. Well, I think in a perfect world that would be great, but the problem with like creating a platform like this that caters to small creators and big creators is that you need like a lot of moving parts and a lot of people and a lot of backers and a lot of investors, and it is impossible to do that thing on that scale and not have some corrupt motherfuckers in there sidelining all the good people just so they can make it shitter and make themselves more money, make the investors more money to make themselves more money. That is unfortunately just how the world is. It would be nice if it wasn't, but we ain't there yet, not by a long shot. Peer-to-peer streaming network, like pirating but legitimate. Yeah. So what we need is like a coalition of streamers to create a platform that's actually friendly towards creators both big and small. Something like that. But I'm not sure how that would work. But then I wouldn't be spearheading anything like that anyway. I do not have the brains, never mind the time or the energy. So, well, I say the time. Because the problem is I do actually have generally plenty of time, but no energy to really do anything with it, or at least not much with it. I'm just about, excuse me, just about managing to do the three things in life that I enjoy and that I could potentially monetize, which is streaming, writing, and taking pictures. And I've realized lately that taking pictures is not something that's going to get me paid. I do not have the correct passion for it. Like, I enjoy taking pictures. Thank you, Ortids. I enjoy taking pictures, but it's only ever something I'm going to do for a hobby. And I think if ever I do go to Mexico, it will be on my own dime to live and work when I am suitably capable of doing so as a streamer and an author. I would have liked to have worked for that one company as a photographer, but I just don't think I'm ever going to be good enough at taking pictures to warrant them hiring me from here. Especially since they're a non-profit organisation, the one that I'm talking about. And since learning that writers, with the strikes that are going on, that writers in the TV and film industry get actually zero royalties from a project that they wrote, that is their brainchild essentially. You get no royalties from that. I have very little desire to actually work in that industry, because I think the stress of it alone, never mind the energy it would cost me, and to get very little reward out of it, at least on like monetary terms, because unfortunately that is important, I wouldn't really care. And I don't want fame, which is, I know, an ironic thing to say when I'm streaming right now, but I don't know what I would do with being a big streamer. I would maybe like want to average 50 or so viewers, which I feel like is a manageable number, but I do not want to be a big streamer. I want to just be able to do what I love doing and have fun with you guys doing it. And I would like to actually like never get to a point where chat is moving too quickly for me to keep up, and where there are so many of you here that I actually find it impossible to learn any of your names. I don't ever want to get to that point. I wish my camera would stop freaking out. But yeah, I will get to Mexico eventually. It just won't be for what I thought it was, and that's fine. I think the sooner I realize that, the better. I just want to live there, and that's the main thing. I just want to live there, but that culture, that music, that food, Day of the Dead, that climate too. Although hopefully that won't be total shit by the time I get there, thanks to global warming. Yeah, there's like a whole lot of factors involved. Like a whole lot of factors. I am bloody sleepy. Yeah, I'm just taking things as they come. I'm sort of getting a routine back in play for just like my day-to-day, which is really good, and I wish my camera would stop freaking out. Stop that. You piece of shit. Knock it off. You'll get there at some point with the amount of thought you've put into it, just a matter of time. Oh yeah, something I actually realised a while back It might have been because I was reading Dune. That is related. It's sort of like prescience, in a way. Like, I know I'm going to get there. But I know it's not going to be anytime soon. And that is actually fine, because I am nowhere near ready. I mean, there was literally a point last year when my parents were like, we're going to London, do you want to come? And I was like, yeah, alright. And I actually like sort of making up plans to visit the Mexican embassy to figure out like what would I would actually need to go to Mexico. And then at the 11th hour, one, I couldn't find anybody to take care of Toby, so I couldn't even go anyway. I realised quite suddenly that I'm not ready to go to Mexico, not by a country mile. My ability to speak Spanish is still kind of lousy. I've been sort of avoiding reading books about the culture and the history, not because I don't want to know, but because I'm writing a book that's set there. And I know I'm going to read stuff and I'm just going to be like, oh, I got all that wrong. And I'm going to be put off from actually like fixing it. And it's just like a whole thing. So I kind of want to finish the primary manuscript for my novel first. Or at least maybe, I don't know. So I've already read a couple of the books. I was just like, you know what, fuck it, I want to read one. And it was good. But I definitely don't want to put myself off anything. Writing, going to Mexico, whatever. It's a beautiful country. And don't worry, I know there are dangers. There's dangers everywhere. And I'm a very scared person, generally. Just in general, I'm a very scared person of the world and anything and things that could happen. Probably actually why I don't leave the house all that much. So if I do get to Mexico, I imagine not much will change. I will still be indoors most of the time. But I am aware of certain things. And I want to do like my due diligence. I definitely want to go. And I think that if Kiki moves to Texas, that would be just the best thing ever, because it'll just be over the border and she and I can hang out in person, and that would be great. That would be great if that is a thing that happens. Maybe we can all move to Mexico together. Also, if you don't know Kiki, please go do. You'll just end up being in a different room. Yeah, with like in a different timetable, because it'll be I think Mexico City is 6 hours behind us. So it's 10 to 1 there right now. 10 to 1 in the afternoon. But yeah, please go follow Kiki. She's wonderful. She unfortunately is currently 5 hours behind us, because she's on the eastern seaboard of the United States. So I miss all of her streams all the time, because they start at 11 p.m. and I go to bed at 9. So it's unfortunate, but we are working on streaming on Sundays 6 p.m. for here, which will be 1 p.m. for her. So that's like a little more convenient, because on Sundays, let's face it, nothing fucking happens on Sundays. Doesn't matter what country you're in, nothing happens. So we're working on that. And I think the first one back might be a Terraria open evening. We'll see. Excuse me, I'm all burpy. I think we might be ready for a game, but what I think I'll do first is take a small break and stretch my legs. She is good fun. And she paints miniatures and she cooks. She's cool. One of my favorite people for sure. She my bestie, probably. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say she's my bestie. Okay. I'm very sleepy, but that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna take a wee break. Stretch my legs and such. I will be running an ad during the break, just so you'll know. But I try to make them run only during breaks. I'm not actually sure how that works. It's possible you still get some during the middle of the streams. Blah. But I do try and run them only during breaks. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Between 2 and 5 minutes, I shall say.